Hi, our timer came in today. I want to talk about it real quick. Now this does have lights. I did not know it had lights, but it shouldn't draw that much power. This is a Defiant Heavy Duty Timer. Now the plugs are on the bottom, so if you're having to plug in something like a fridge or deep freeze, you're going to have to get a workaround, either some type of power strip. In my case, I just made a small cord with a box and an outlet attached. I have a 12-2 electrical wire, a plug, just regular outlet. The reason I made this is because I have our fridge plugged into this right now. I also have our radio up there. Sorry about the light. I have to have that light from this camera to pick up somewhat. Now on top, this timer has timer on and outlet on. Alright. Now to set the time, you have to turn it. This is PM. Right now it's about 4:30. I'm just going to leave it on 5. I do have this set to where once I get our deep freeze, which will probably at least be 3 weeks now before we can even order it. Things are getting really tight right now. But we will definitely be getting one. I figured if I have this off of my solar system, and if it goes off at 8 in the morning, shuts off at 8:30, then goes off at 2, shuts off at 2:30, goes off at 8 at night, shuts off at 8:30, and then goes off at 2 a.m. and shuts off, well, at 2:30. That should be plenty to keep our food cold. Now, once again, I do have the stereo or radio up here hooked up. And I have our fridge hooked up. You can see nothing. Since I already have this set for this amount of time, these certain times, I'm just going to turn it to where the timer is going to go off. I'm giving it a minute here. It's really hard to adjust this when it's, there we go. Alright, let's shut that off so you can hear me. Now remember, this is a 15 amp indoor timer. It's a Defiant. And there's a couple things I really absolutely hate about this the timer. I did not realize when I ordered this, it did not show lights on the timer, which can be annoying because it will constantly draw power for the lights. But I'm sure my solar panels can keep up with it, and my batteries. And the plugs are on the bottom. I was really hoping they were on the sides. It did not show the sides. It did not show the bottom. So unfortunately, they are on the bottom. But can you use it for things like a deep freeze, a refrigerator? Absolutely. It is a 15 amp timer. Anyway, to make the power on the timer, you have to have it set at the top on timer. The buttons down are on. Everything else that's up is off. And that's one thing that's really important to remember, is you have to push those buttons down for that power to come on when it hits that certain amount of time. And of course, once this timer goes to where it's off there, now my fridge will be off. And let me turn the stereo back on, and it's, of course, off. Alright, that's it. If you're interested in one of these timers, they're pretty cheap. I paid like $7 for this one off eBay. And once again, it will be hooked up to a deep freeze. We have not got the deep freeze yet. It will, the way it looks, it could be 3 weeks before we even order it. And then it would probably take 2 weeks to get her through shipping. So unfortunately, when it gets here, I will hook it up to my solar system and check it on the timer, make sure everything works. But I believe it will, since it runs the fridge without an issue. I believe that it will run the deep freeze. So, alright, that's it. I'm finishing go. And everyone have a good day. And everyone stay safe out there. Alright, bye.